should the NBA consider getting rid of the draft?
Okay, so I look at it like this. You can't have players just picking what teams they want to be on, then it's just like an AAU, right? But how they do the draft, right? Let's say you have the draft. They should test the theory out. You have the draft so we know who's picking.
Yeah.
Right? Whoever is considered mock draft and number 1, number 2, you ask him what team you want. Right? Now, you have to take the pay in that team. So let's say y'all have who's last year's order?
Zachary Sachet was number 1, Alex Sarr number 2.
Not the names.
Hawks,
Yeah, so let's
Wizards,
go.
Rockets.
So let's go to draft order. Where's the draft order? Okay, so Hawks, right? So whoever's number 1, 2, 3, they already have who they think is going to be. You ask them, hey, you got the first pick. Where do you want to go? Now, wherever he wants to go, that's that order. So if he's the number 1 pick, let's say Zach wants to go to Spurs. Spurs is number 4. He has to go to Spurs at number 4 and take that 4th pick money. Right? Number 2.
I see what you're saying.
Number 2, Sarr. Where do you want to go? And now he has to look and say if he wants to go to the Hawks or if he wants to go to, I want to go to Lakers. Okay, 17. That's where you go.
But don't that team have to want him too, though? You know what I'm saying? So it's more like a college recruiting model where, hey, and there's only a limited number of roster spots. So say you got a really dominant, strong draft.
But now, if you're a player, you're picking the best situation you think will fit you as a player.
Yeah, but that situation has to want you as well, though.
Do it.
I'm just saying, if
your name in the draft, motherfucker, we. Other than that, what is the point? Right? What is the point? I mean, you know, these teams are drafting players that they don't.
It comes with, to me, that depression edge that a lot of players go through because the draft has so much expectations with where you get picked, how you perform, all those different things. Like you said, it makes it a lot easier if you can just, hey, man, I'm going to go here.
Yeah.
I like this team, I'm going to go here.
So the NBA just picks you, and then you just go wherever you want?
No, I mean, we know who the draft order is, and then from there, you just, that's what I said.
So it's still 60 picks, just no team?
60 picks? No, you 60 picks, you have the team, we can do it the same way, and then we can go off the mock draft, or how the mock draft is, right? You know how they do the mock draft. This is who should go, so we'll just go in that order. That's the only way we can do it right now. Right, so they can take the top 10 kids and say, all right, if hypothetical, where would you want to go? So, you know, they ask Alex, where would you want to go? And he says, well, I want to go here. I want to go. Then you can see what players are really thinking.
Yeah.
And how many want to go to the same place?
How many want to go to the same place? How many people want to dodge this? So you might, let's say
all right, so then what happens then?
Let's say Charlotte's number 1.
Nobody wants to go to Charlotte.
And say Charlotte's number 1, they got motherfucking 50 million here, but none of the top 5
players
go
pick.
there.
None of them pick.
Right? That tells you something.
Nobody wants.
Then there might be the 6th pick, and he says, "Shit, I'm gonna go to the number 1 pick, because it fits him better."
So then what? Okay, so what happens if guys want to? So say the number 1 and 2 and 3 picks want to go to the same team. What does the team have to do now?
I know what you're doing. It sets it up for super teams.
Set it up super teams.
I know, but what about the players that's on the roster for the team? They just so like you could just get rid of them anytime you want.
You're gonna cut their asses anyway.
Right, no, that's what I'm saying. So if it's like, so say it's the 5 tie picks, right, and they all want to go because they've been growing up in high school.
But
and
you
they
can't because the draft order is a draft order.
Right, but I can still pick.
So you can still pick what team you want to go to.
Right, so
yeah, but it has to. That team has to be available.
Okay.
If Spurs only have two picks in this draft.
Yeah.
And 3 people want it.
Okay, only 2 people can. Okay.
Now think about
I'm about to say because
now let's say you want to go to the Lakers and play with LeBron, and you're supposed to be the number 1 pick, and that pick is 17th, and that 17th money. Are you going to take that 17th money
to go play with LeBron?
Okay.
So there's a downfall of picking a team,
but it's also you're back. I mean, where it fits though.
Yeah, it's where you think you fit with the team, and you're willing to take less to go fit with that team.
But you know what that would do too? That would help a lot of young guys coming up having to work out with other players now. right?
Players,
so
teams.
you know what I'm saying? So if I'm a young cat, I'm going to UCLA to get familiar with these Russell Westbrooks and these guys that's coming up, so they can see me, like, you know, see we're out. Yeah. I'm just saying.
But obviously, teams have roster limitations. They got a salary cap, so it's not like if all 5 of the top rookies want to go to a certain team, they'll have the ability to.
Yeah, I thought that.
But now they got to make some decisions too. Now, who do I drop off this roster?
But what I'm saying is, can you put the list up there?
See, but
last year's draft.
See, but I don't think the number 1 pick is gonna say, yo, I don't want this $50 million.
So I just give you the draft order from last year. Yeah. Hawks are number 1.
But so we got to see it so we can.
The Hawks 1, Wizards 2, Rockets 3, Spurs 4, Pistons 5, Hornets 6, Blazers 7, Spurs had 8, Grizzlies 9th, and Jazz were the 10th.
It's easier to see it.
Yeah, we're getting it.
So now you talk about now. So let's say we take these top 10 picks, right? We got the teams, and then you got the top 10 picks. So we'll say, all right, Shakir.
Sashay.
You're supposed to be number 1 pick through mock draft. Which team do you want to go in? Right? We already know. We got Hawks is first, Wizards second. So now you get to pick where you want to go.
Based on the roster that they got.
Based on, because they're the lottery pick, so they're paying this money anyway.
But you get to look at each team.
You get to look at each team. So if he says, I'm Shasher, I want to go play with the Spurs.
But what if the Spurs are like, we're not fucking with you?
Right.
We got enough Frenchmen.
Right.
Well,
we don't need all the
other.
Right, we don't need all the we
They trade it. Then they get to trade it to whatever they want.
So do the teams get to accept it? Do the team get to accept it?
Right, yeah.
Look, Gil.
So, like, let's say the top 10, right? First, you get the first pick where you want to go. So he gets the pick.
So, like you said, if he gets the pick,
so only the first 13. So wait, hold on. So only the first, because the lottery is what, 14?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So only the first 14 picks can pick where they want to go.
No, everybody. But we can start with the first 10.
Start with the first.
Then
10.
they pick. So this where they want to go might look different.
Yeah. So
right?
if number 1 wants to go to the Spurs, my question is, can the Spurs say no?
If they say no, they have to trade it.
If they say no, that means if they have to trade it, that means they had to pick him, right?
Yeah.
Because he wanted to go there.
Yeah.
So the Spurs are now stuck with the pick because he wants to be there.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also the issue, too, of like, when you got a Wemby who you know is going to be number 1 overall, that's one thing. If you have a draft like last season when there was some uncertainty surrounding who's going to be the number 1 pick, a guy might think he's number 1 and team might be like, no.
That's what I said. It's weird. It's weird because, but if he's the number 1 pick and the Spurs is getting him, why would they want him? You're getting the projected number 1 pick.
Because they may not feel like he's the.
Yeah.
Well, they have the 4th pick. So any one of the first 3, they have a better case. So
it's mock draft.
But that's what I'm saying. If it's a mock anyway, you have the 4th pick. So let's say Grizzlies. I'm pretty sure any of the top 4 picks, they're looking like, if they pick us, we're happy.
We want Edie.
Right? You know what I mean? They're happy with anyone in the top 3 because they're getting a guy. Like if LeBron James or Kevin Durant, like think about those guys. Think about they're changing your franchise.
But right, they also want to be there if we're talking this scenario. KD or LeBron is like LeBron's not choosing Cleveland if he has another big city to choose from.
Right? Like
New York or LA off the gate. He going to a big city off the gate.
Off the rip.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Any big city, like if you're a big city in the top 5, you're getting the number 1 pick.
Well, the difference is like these 2 niggas right here, they not big names. So them going 1 or 2 and picking a big city wouldn't make sense for them because they're not big names.
Yeah, but they don't think that. See, you're not thinking that if you're a number 1 pick. You ain't think I'm the number 1 pick. I think I am.
You wouldn't know if you're a big name or not.
Yeah, I'm the number 1 pick. That's all you're thinking.
But them 2 niggas know they not the number 1 pick because they that much better than everybody else.
They think that. If I'm the number 1 pick, I think I'm better than everybody in the team.
So look, let's say LeBron in the number 1 pick, he probably will take Cleveland. Why? Because it's home.
Nah.
If he does it, he'll probably take Miami.
Yes. Well,
right?
I think in New York, bro. Just
New York
marketing. He just got the $100 million deal.
Okay, New York,
Nike and the $100 million.
New York.
Yes. So he's got to go big.
Yes.
Okay, so New York, he'll go to New York, which he'll take the 9th pay. He'll take the 9th pay. Then you
got my $100 million.
Then you take Now you got Darko, right? Darko's the 2nd pick, right? Where would he go?
Who was available with the next 5 picks?
Cleveland, Detroit, Denver, Toronto,
Darko goes to
Miami.
Darko goes to Toronto.
Toronto.
He goes to Toronto.
So he goes to Toronto.
That's when they had Bergiani and all them.
Okay, so then you got Carmelo, then you got
Melo goes to the
Miami.
Pistons.
He goes to Miami. He's not going to the Pistons.
Yeah, he probably be big city Miami.
He going to big city Miami.
Oh, yeah, big
Then
city.
you got
My bad, Jordan Brand.
Then you got Chris Bosh. Then you got Cleveland left. Detroit,
goes to Cleveland.
Denver. Then you have Clippers, Chicago, Milwaukee.
Dwayne Wade goes to Chicago.
Yep, Washington.
Yeah.
Right? So then, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dwayne Wade goes back home.
Now you're sitting at, now you got somebody like TJ Ford or Kirk Heinrich or Chris Kaman. Chris Kaman's probably like, shit, I'm gonna go take that Cleveland money and be the number one. And take that.
I mean, no, that's fine, but you also know you better, your ass is out of here. You could be being the number one pick.
But it ain't the number one pick. You're just taking that slot.
Yeah, just taking the spot.
The thing is, you're just taking the money early.
Yeah, you're just
Yeah.
taking that
So I
slot.
see what
Like,
you're
you
saying.
know what I'm
'Cause
saying?
so basically, if I win the lottery, I'm the number one pick. I have this much bread at my
You have
disposal.
this much at disposal.
To-
like an
So the
NIL
money
guy.
still the same. So the number one pick, them teams are still making that pay. They're still making that payment,
Yeah.
right? So it's just this player's deciding.
Do I want to
take the
be? Do I
money
want to
here,
be the
or do
number
I
one
take
pick?
the fifth there
Yeah.
with that cap?
Yeah.
Right. I don't take my number one pay and go to New York.
And
You're
lose.
taking whatever slot New York money is for those next 4 years.
For sure. So this brings me.
Right, so somebody like Chris Kaman and these guys, like, I don't want to go to Cleveland. And Chris Kaman's like, well, fuck it, I'll go to Cleveland and take the number one spot's money.
Yep.
But I'm in Cleveland now.
Yeah.
So let's spin it forward. If there was no draft when you came into the league, which team would you have wanted to play for? This football season went up to 1,000 times your cash every game day, only on Underdog. Just pick higher or lower on your favorite player stats, like touchdowns, yards, and so much more. Millions of fans from all over the U.S. have won over $1 billion on Underdog. Underdog is offered in 33 states across the country, and this season, they'll be running a special, bonus, or promo almost every single day.
Every day.
Sign up for Underdog today using promo code GIL, and you'll get a free pick as a part of your first cash entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. Again, that's promo code
Gil.
Cash in on every touchdown this season with Underdog. We did it!
If it's no draft,
Hold on, I didn't mean
You got to pick like college. I get to,
Lakers.
See, the thing is,
I'm at the 31st
so I was the 10th pick, so Curry probably would have went to the Knicks for sure. Because he definitely would have picked this team, the Knicks, because we had Minnesota and Sacramento. Tariq Evans wouldn't have went there. Nobody wouldn't have went to the Clippers.
You don't think?
But I'm just
Steph
saying
would've
for
went to
you as Brandon Jennings, you get to pick
Yeah, but
which team.
but I'm thinking like the guys before me, I already know where they would have went. Marketing, like Steph Curry would have went to the Knicks. Like it's not even.
I don't know.
Nah, because he wasn't that big.
He wasn't that big.
He would have went
Steph
to
Curry
Charlotte.
was big coming out of the draft. Yes, he
He
out of
was,
college.
but not that
But
big. He wasn't that.
But
He wasn't
listen,
New York.
D'Antoni is coaching the Knicks.
But he
It makes sense.
But he
Somebody
wasn't
bigger than him would have already took the next spot.
Yeah.
No, but
he wasn't.
Yeah, but the Knicks also. But what you said, right? We said the Knicks can also pick who they want. Right? No. So you just
Not
have
on
to
the
stay.
Knicks.
If they
What
pick, you
draft
have to
is- What
stay.
draft you in?
09.
Okay, let me see.
Johnny Flynn. you had-
09. Blake Griffin could have probably took the Knicks.
Yeah. That's Blake. Blake would've took
Hakeem,
him.
James Harden, Tyreek
James
Evans.
Harden definitely going to come.
James
Harden probably
Tyreek
from LA.
Evans,
L.A.
right? Ricky Rubio.
He's probably going to the Knicks.
That's what I'm saying. But you got Blake, you got James, you got Tyreek, who could have all took that.
They would have been miserable with him. They would have been miserable with Ricky Rubio. Because
you gotta
the
think-
Knicks. God damn.
you gotta think- you
Shoot
gotta-
that motherfucker.
Ricky Rubio-
God damn. Shoot it.
You got to think reality is
Let it rain.
if there's a big city market in there, someone's going to take it. Like Zion.
Minnesota-
Perfect example. When Zion was coming out
I'm going to the
with the
Knicks.
number one pick, he would have said, I'm going to New York.
Yep.
And would have took the New York spot.
For sure.
100%.
No, for sure.
So he would have took the New York spot, and he would have been a good fit with them. And then now you move whoever the number two, Ja Morant. Ja Morant would have probably went to a different city.
Facts. He wouldn't have picked Memphis.
No, he wouldn't have.
Where would you have picked if you could have picked any team?
Los Angeles.
Lakers.
For sure.
Brandon, if you could have had your choice.
Were they open at that? Where were they at?
Lakers picked Bynum my draft.
At that time,
10.
I
They
wouldn't
were
have
10th
picked the
pick.
Lakers. They had Jordan Farmer, They had
Farmer already gave you that work, Brandon.
Nah, I'm not.
Yeah.
No UCLA nigga ever give me work. Jordan, Derek Fisher was still in his prime, and they were still winning at that time.
Yeah.
So that definitely would have been good. I mean, Minnesota probably would have been the one because everybody would have been moving from. Remember, Minnesota, they picked Johnny Flynn and Ricky Rubio back to back. So they both would have, like, I probably would have been in Minnesota, honestly. I still would have been in the Midwest.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the top 10 from 30 to 40 that I would have probably had a chance. So we got Chicago, Golden State, Orlando, Memphis, Atlanta, New Jersey, Cleveland, Philly, Detroit, New York, or Seattle.
Aaron, I followed the toughest hooper ever.
I would have probably still went to Golden State.
The
Because I would say it's the only team that would have been on the West Coast still.
Yeah.
Brandon, the chat saying that Jordan Farmer.